What's good, your boy HK Banana Reaction, and today we about to react to a film theory. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't think I did a film theory on the channel at all, actually. But on my other channel, I used to react to film theories all the time, and I was like, you know, this is the perfect one to do because it's about Alan Becker. You know, so I'm a big fan of him. So I said I might as well bring him back. But before we get into that, fan, hit that sub button, hit that like button. That's the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button, and make sure y'all comment down below what y'all see this on the channel. But let's get to the video. All right, y'all. This is film theory. Animator versus animation lore will make you cry. Let's get to it, man.
Versus animation made me cry.
Yeah,
really, this little YouTube series about stick figures fighting made me emotional.
It's amazing. If you haven't seen Alan Becker Animation versus Minecraft or Animation versus Animator, you need to go watch it. It's amazing. Y'all would love it. Just had to say that real quick.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Theory, the show that wants to say, "What's up, gang? It's your boy Lee. Leave a comment and smash that subscribe button."
You know what's crazy?
Sorry.
This is my first film theory I'm doing that doesn't have Matt Pack on it. And you know what I'm saying? Let's see how it looks like. Shout out Lee, though.
Today we're diving into a real classic here. Animation versus Animator.
Fire.
If you don't know, the Animation versus videos are a long-running series right here on YouTube.com created by animator Alan Becker. When it comes to online animation, this guy is one of the OGs. Some of his work dates back all the way to the days of Newgrounds in like 2006. These are Bush-era memes that I remember watching in middle school. The premise is incredibly simple. It started as an animator creating a stick figure and putting him through all sorts of family-friendly torture.
I'm done pausing to this, but comment down below if y'all was one of the people that used to be on the computer games. You know, they had addicting games, flash games, you know, all the websites that had all the stick figure games. Those was my games, bro. I was like 8 years old, getting viruses on my mom's computer playing them crazy games I shouldn't have been playing at the time, but who cares? They was lit, you know what I'm saying? Comment down below if y'all played them too.
Before the stick figure has had enough and fights back. Literally. The figure breaks the fourth wall and uses parts of the computer desktop and programs to do battle against the human. These videos went mega viral and eventually spun off into other videos about the animations taking on everything from Minecraft to Mario to Pokemon and even concepts like math and geometry. Now that's great. I love the math ones. But I never really put a ton of thought into this series. Well, that was until a ton of you awesome loyal theorists in the comments and over on our subreddit recommended we take a look at it. And honestly, there's a ton of lore in this series, more than I expected. Enough that there's more than one theory in here if you guys are interested. But for today, I want to focus on the latest story arc in this series, which saw one of its animation characters, the green one simply named Green, become an influencer online. Yeah, they straight up started a real YouTube channel and everything. And while on the surface, this sounds like a fun, cutesy story arc, by the end of it, the Animation Versus series explores the darker side of social media, the effects it can have on our brains, and the negative impact it can have on our relationships.
He lost all his friends.
No joke, it also made me genuinely emotional by the end of it. Like, I didn't have Be Moved by the Story of a Green Stick Man on my bingo card for this year, but hey, here we are. Today we're gonna dive into the story of Green's influencer arc and what we can learn from it as individuals, and maybe, more importantly, what we can learn from it as a platform, as YouTube as a whole. Yeah, this one goes deep. Get ready to make some trick shots, loyal theorists. We're going in. I think the best way to tackle this is going through each individual episode and seeing what analysis we can make along the way. Cool? Cool. The first episode of Green's influencer arc starts like a lot of YouTubers did back in the day. All of the stick figures are filming themselves playing basketball and making cool trick shots. Do perfect style. Also shout outs to Green for making sure that they're recording horizontal. That's the way. They then edit the video inside of Adobe Premiere. That's a common video editing software, before uploading it to YouTube so they can all watch it together. Happy with the results, they then start experimenting, adding special effects and getting ambitious with their storylines. They create a new video all about a superhero fighting a monster, but go overboard with the effects, resulting in a glitchy, pixelated mess. So they go back to the drawing board, dial back the effects, and upload a newer version straight to YouTube. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an Animation Versus episode without a good old-fashioned fight sequence, so cue the glitchy video coming to life, doing battle against the gang, and then being defeated and thrown into the recycle bin. All's well that ends well. And hey, Green even looks at his phone and sees a positive comment on their video. Okay, so far so good. The gang uploaded a video for goofs, had fun doing it, defeated a bad guy, and people liked it too. But sadly, things can't stay all sunshine and roses. See, in episode 2, while the stick figures are trying to shoot their new video, Green is continuously getting distracted by notifications on his phone. His channel, slowly but surely, started getting subs. More and more people are watching, and people are leaving comments. This starts consuming all of Green's attention, to the point where he's distracted from even filming videos, the thing he enjoyed doing in the first place. This is actually a pretty accurate depiction of what social media like YouTube comments can do to your psyche
Shout
and the
out
effects
Alan
it can
Becker,
have on
bro.
someone's mental health and well-being.
Thinking
And
deep.
sadly, this is what a lot of social media is based on. Whenever you get a like or a positive comment on a video or a post or whatever, it triggers a release of dopamine in our brains. To put it simply, that's the feel-good hormone our body gives us to make us feel rewarded by something.
That dopamine.
This can be triggered by any number of things. Eating good food, listening to music you like, even just getting...
Hey, you get me a 10-piece hot honey wings from any wing spot. My dopamine is off the chart. Okay, they off the chart. They off the chart.
A lot of sunlight and exercise.
I'm just keeping it real with you.
One of the biggest triggers of dopamine is social interaction and verbal affirmation.
Yeah.
Now, if this was just from people you knew in real life, that's totally normal and good. I think all of us want to get complimented and supported by people in our life, but this can get super complicated when you factor in social media.
Yes,
Studies show that getting social interaction and affirmation online is basically the same to your brain as getting that in person. So every time that Green's getting a new like or a nice comment or a subscriber, he's getting a hit of that feel-good dopamine, and his brain is going to want more. Now, normally, I guess that would be fine, but the big problem comes in when the reality of the internet hits Green. Yeah, I don't think I need to tell you that sometimes the comments aren't so nice. And Green really takes all of that feedback to heart. For example, one of the comments goes all Edna mode and says, "Nugget." So Green stops their new video mid-filming and rips the cape off of Orange. This isn't an isolated incident. Before long, Green is following every whim of his comments section. He's told that he should do a vlog, so he starts vlogging. Some comments call his friends useless or not good, so he cuts them from videos or removes them from the channel. His friends want to make more superhero videos, but Green outright refuses because one comment says, "No more superheroes." For all of the dopamine hits that Green gets from the positive comments, this is the unfortunate flip side. And sadly, the human brain just prioritizes negativity. See, our brains are hardwired to remember more negative comments than positive ones. This is something called negativity bias, which means that we see and react to negative information far quicker. This is one of those things left behind by evolution.
That's facts.
If our ancestors didn't react to and remember something bad happening to them quickly, well, that could literally kill them. Nowadays, the stakes are usually much lower, so we've had to figure out how to apply this in the modern world. Because of this, studies have found that in professional settings, the ideal praise to criticism ratio should be about 5 compliments to 1 criticism in order to keep your team productive. Meanwhile, in personal relationships, you should try to keep it to 3 positive comments for every negative one. But the problem comes in with social media and content creation, which can throw off this delicate balance of positive and negative feedback. I can tell you from firsthand experience, you can get tons of awesome, positive, constructive feedback, but one mean or unnecessary...
That one comment roasting your hairline going to throw off your whole day. You know what I'm saying? It's going to throw off your whole day. I'm trying to tell you.
Can stay with you for weeks.
I had a comment call me that warmer version of Corey
risk
Kenton.
aversion in your decision making. You might choose not to do
I
something
wasn't sick, but I was just
because you don't want to risk that negative feedback. You don't want the negative YouTube comments calling you out, making you feel awful, and depriving you from that sweet, sweet dopamine. Exactly like what we see happen with Green. When folks in the comments start critiquing the videos, sometimes offhandedly or without a ton of thought, he makes those major changes to the channel and sometimes straight up deletes older videos. Green is totally controlled by the need for that feel-good moment. But of course, this isn't the only way to go. This behavior can cause or make worse mental health issues like anxiety or depression, as you become trapped in a cycle of overthinking every move. What will the comments say? What if they don't like it? Should I even post this? What's even the point? Ironically, these negative feelings can lead your body to crave even more dopamine, which we actually see with Green as he checks the comments the moment he uploads a video, looking for that validation, all of which leads him to make some pretty disastrous decisions. By the end of the episode, Green has completely changed his channel and content. He makes way more vlogs and reaction videos than the content that the group started making in the first place,
he ate grass.
distancing himself from his friends. But the final straw comes when he pulls a cruel prank on them, tricking them and dropping them into Minecraft lava. No amount of chill, it's just a prank, bro, is gonna defuse that situation. The stick friends survive more or less unscathed, but they blow up at Green and try to take his phone away. Green refuses, and the friends part ways. Now alone, Green just sits in his room, creating more content that's clearly hollow, and constantly refreshing the comments, hoping that new ones will be posted. Ugh, believe me, for anyone who's ever made a YouTube video, this hits really close to home.
Now, you do look at the comments.
Creation and comments have now had a direct and significant negative impact on Green's life and relationships. That pursuit of dopamine, the satisfaction of receiving getting views and likes and comments has led him to focus more on the content than the people behind it. The people in his life that were the whole reason that he started making YouTube videos in the first place. This extends into episode 3 with Green constantly checking his comments and analytics, but he's totally unaware of what's going on outside. Remember that rejected video from earlier, the glitchy one with all of the special effects that got pixelated? Well, it survived in the recycling bin and joined forces with all of the other rejected videos to form a giant monster. It escapes with the other stick figures trying to fight it, but they are quickly overwhelmed as the monster tries to hack into Green's YouTube to escape. All as Green is just uploading videos of his bedroom or video tours of their house, unaware of the carnage outside.
Green, you don't hear that?
Not hitting the same anymore. Green is clearly feeling down and struggling, lying in bed as the quality of his content has nosedived. What's happening here? I mean, other than the giant video kaiju. Well, what's happening with Green here is the result of something called dopamine tolerance. When your brain receives the same level of dopamine from stimulation, like say continued likes and comments and seeing your subscription numbers go up, your body will become more tolerant to that level of dopamine, or your brain will release less of it, meaning that what it does get has little to no effect. And this kind of dopamine numbness can have larger knock-on effects too, reducing the sensitivity of your dopamine receptors in general. That would mean that anything that used to give you those good feelings, like eating food or hanging out with friends or whatever, none of it is going to satisfy you anymore. And without those hits of dopamine coming in as much as we'd like, if at all, you can become increasingly more depressed, which can then make the things that once gave you joy make you feel nothing at all. An effect of depression called anhedonia. That is what's happening with Green here. No matter what he does, no matter how high his numbers go, his body literally cannot make him feel as good as when they were successful early on. This becomes a real problem because, like we talked about earlier, our brains love dopamine. They crave it and want more, and if you're not getting the same hit as before, it can alter your behavior, leading you to make poor and impulsive decisions. So Green, who was once obsessed with quality videos because of all of the positive feedback, is now pushing out slop just to try to get more and more dopamine. Fortunately, not all is lost for our stick buddy Green here. He starts to feel sad and regrets how he treated his friends. He remembers how and why they started the channel, to make fun things together, and acknowledges that he cared more about the online attention than his friends, apologizing and deciding that he needs to take a break from YouTube. This is incredible self-reflection on Green's part, recognizing that he has changed and not for the better, and that he wants to try to rebuild the relationships with his friends. He goes outside to find them, and of course stumbles across the havoc created by the video kaiju. Cue another awesome fight scene and the gang defeating the monster through the power of friendship, right? Well, not quite. See, during the battle, Green realizes that the only way to really stop this monster, to stop this fighting, it isn't by beating it down or deleting it. No, it's by embracing its imperfections. Green uploads many of the deleted or rejected videos to his YouTube channel, the stuff that was janky or weird or cut because the comments told him to. And with each upload, the video kaiju gets weaker and weaker. By the end, Green uploads that very first superhero video that the friends all made. The one that looked like it was filmed on a potato with broken effects and pixels everywhere. And that defeats the monster once and for all. The friends all make up, hugging it out and going to play basketball. And though Green's phone buzzes with the new comment, he chooses to leave it behind for now and spend time with the real people in his life. So that's the story of the influencer arc and a bit of an analysis, but that's only part of the message of this series and why it affected me so much. Like, yeah, a lot of the story is about spending time with the people in your life who affirm you and help you be a better person. Whether they're in person or on Discord or whatever, real relationships are always going to be healthier than the ones you have with an anonymous comment section. And science backs that up. Studies have shown that interacting with people in person results in significant shifts in mood, mental well-being, and positive personal outlook. Fewer but higher quality relationships will also always be better and increase your emotional richness.
I can see that,
for me, what impacted me emotionally, there was a real bittersweet nostalgia in this series. I've been working on YouTube making videos about little things that I love for over 10 years now. My first video was a love letter to the dude that made the Game Boy of all things. And oof, college nostalgically sure was a look. Videos back then, when YouTube was still very much a wild west, whether it was from dudes in their college dorms like me or creators like Matt, everything had a jank to it that just made it feel real, made it feel genuine. Nowadays, a lot of YouTube and social media feels artificial. Creators show you a very carefully curated version of themselves.
We'll never get that time back or that real.
And I get why. For a lot of us, this is a business. Videos are so polished because they have employees to take care of, bills and taxes. But these personas that a lot of creators build, they're not real. And that can be harmful, yes, in all of the ways we've talked about today with the creators, but also for the viewers who feel like they aren't good enough because their lives look nothing like these overly polished ones they see online. So the fact that the thing that defeated the video kaiju here in this series, that brought these friends back together after all of the vlogs and the pranks and the mean comments tore them apart, that it was embracing an old, janky video with mistakes and weird choices, something they made for the fun of it just because they had a genuine passion, man, that hits close to home. It's a nice reminder of why we all started this in the first place. And honestly, I think all of YouTube could use that right now. I think just like the animations here, we'd all be a little better off just letting go and appreciating the jank of it for a bit. But hey, that's just a theory. Film theory. And cut. Up next on Film Theory. There's nothing sadder than a lone chicken nugget, and that's exactly what we're seeing happen to our beloved doggo. But thankfully, there's a way to cheer up this lonely pup, and today we're going to bring this demigod of chaos back down to Earth.
Oh, nah, hold on. Shout out to Film Theory, man. It's great to react to videos again. It's been a long time. But nah, this is real, bro. Everybody needs to be a lot more really used to. When social media first came out, like Instagram, early Instagram days, early TikTok, everything was just more real, authentic. People didn't look at it only just to make money, and they were just making videos just to make videos. And that's when it was the best. That's when I had the best moments. Now, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. I still love social media, but it's like, it don't hit the same as much as YouTube back in the day, I think at least. But it makes sense why I understand, like you said, people gotta pay their bills and that stuff, but it's like sometimes you just miss them good old times, you know. With that being said, Film Theory, I love the video, man. I'm about to react to more Film Theory from now on. I gotta get back to my reacting to this channel. I took a break for some reason, but I'm back. So if you're not subbed, hit that sub button, hit that like button. Come out, y'all see that's on the channel. It's your boy ATK, and we out of here.